that mouse or that screen phone, you're watching Spread Those Wings. My man.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Spread Those Wings podcast. This week we are at WagonWheel, Darius Rucker's restaurant. He made these wings special for us.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon. Sure. Old Crow Medicine Show's restaurant. Son of a bitch.
I went in there, very small. There was like 4 bar stools and 10 people sitting around the bar. They had live music though.
That's pretty cool. Nice touch.
I'm always here for live music.
What type of music? Like country?
I think it was country. I don't know. Wasn't really listening.
No, that's understandable. Can they like hear you though?
Barely.
Barely?
Yeah.
Before we really go too far, I will say this. Shout out to this fucking place. I called them earlier. First and foremost, Ryan alerted me yesterday. They don't do takeout, which is incorrect. They do takeout. And then he tells me that the website says $1 per container. They also didn't do that.
Hey, when I called yesterday, it was strange. They said, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
When I called them, $1 per takeout container.
They
That's
didn't charge, and if they did charge us, that means wings are even cheaper than they already are. Guys, we know we are in the middle of an issue with the wing economy. Mm-hmm. These wings were $43 and change for 30 wings. Right. The woman asked me if we wanted them crispy, so like naturally we say yes to that. But like we don't request without being asked. Right. So these should be super fucking crispy. And then like at the end of the call, she's like, "Oh, by the way, I decreased it to 20 and 10 to save you guys some money." So like, super nice lady.
That's cool.
The Yelp reviews said the bar sucks, the wings are good.
Funny. Yeah.
I can, because I'm the only one that went in. I can see why the bar sucks. It's very tiny. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
How much of the bar did of the establishment did like the music take a good amount?
You couldn't hear shit.
No. I think you meant like how big was the stage?
Oh, so like it was like 2 sections. It was like you walk in, the bar's right there, and it's like a U-shaped bar, like 4 or 5 seats, and there's a bunch of people sitting on it, and then there was like a stage behind it.
Okay. So a good amount. Guess, yeah.
Like it looked like there was standing room behind it.
Okay.
But like I don't know.
Without that, it probably would be.
Have you ever been to Kelly's Corner?
Yeah.
It was about the same size as Kelly's Corner. Imagine with a stage there too.
Okay. That makes sense then.
Shout out to the OG Jolie. By the time this episode airs, he will have been with us on Saturday.
Yeah, shout out to you.
The OG is coming for WrestleMania.
Woo, woo, woo,
woo, woo, woo.
Shout out to you, OG. Good
Do you
job.
have any jokes you want to say?
No, it didn't make sense.
Not organic?
That's fine.
I hope these wings
Keep
slap
my
harder.
name out your phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys, we got... Come on up, cameraman.
Been a while since we did this.
We got a medium wing.
Oh, they look great.
We got...
The picture sold us on these.
An Italian garlic parm. And we got some good old-fashioned fuck-me-up suicides.
Off menu.
Yeah, the menu only said hot, so I asked the woman, I was like, "Oh, do you guys have like anything past hot?" She's like, "We have a suicide." I'm like, "Yes, got it."
Also, they don't really have a website.
No,
It's
a Facebook.
Yeah, it's
Or
like
Yelp.
a Facebook. That kind of threw me for a loop. It definitely threw me for a loop. You go to their website, and it was like, here are all of Niagara Falls restaurants. I was like, well, this isn't what I wanted. Well, we shall see though.
All right, guys. Very, very excited.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so hungry.
I'm starving. Let's go to Sally's mediums.
That's good. It's a nice flavorful medium.
Yeah. A little tangy. Very saucy. Dirt cheap. TVs. Did Odell just sign somewhere?
I don't know.
No, the Patriots have explored signing him.
Of course they have. That's good. I'm pleasantly surprised.
I needed that second wing. The first wing was not very crispy.
Mine wasn't either. But not.
One more as well.
I'll start it off.
Sure.
I'm pleasantly surprised, actually. Could have had probably a little more crisp still. I will go 8. For the fact that you asked me, do you want this crispy? It's a very average to mild crisp, but it is existent. It's not like it's a flaccid, limp dick wing. Amount of meat, I'm going to go 8.5. Some of the bigger wings we've had in actually the last couple of weeks, I think. Amount of sauce, we're going with a 9 here. It's messy. It holds well to the wing.
Yep.
I like it. I fuck with it. Flavor, I'm gonna go 8.5. That's a pretty good medium. It's. I almost want to say it's a pizza place medium on steroids.
Yeah.
You get the original medium that you get at a pizza place, but it's got a little linger more to it. I fuck with that. And price, I'm gonna go 10. I'm not even gonna bluff, man. That's $1.43 wing. We have not had anything close to that any time recently.
Congrats.
I'm gonna give it an 88 for a medium. Fucking A, boys. Dry rub?
Yeah, I'll go. So that was pretty good for a medium. Mediums are your basic wings, obviously. I enjoyed that. It's got a little bit of a kick to it, nothing crazy, but for a medium wing, I enjoyed a little bit of a kick. Crisp, I'm gonna go with a 7. Not too crazy. I think it's about a 15-minute drive for us, I guess.
20-ish, yeah.
20-ish. So might have lost a tiny bit of crisp just on the drive back, so I'm going to keep that in mind, so I'll give it a 7. Meat, I'll go with an 8. It was a pretty good sized wing. Sauce, I'll go with an 8.5. I like the amount of sauce on there. That could also play into the crispiness too, I don't know.
A little bit.
Flavor, I'm going to go with a 9.5. I think that was a really good flavored wing. It doesn't taste like it's just hot sauce that's doused on the wing. Whatever sauce they're using, it's got some really nice flavor to it. I want to lick my fingers. I like the flavor to it.
Pretty gross. But
And then I'm gonna go with the 10 on the price. I mean, you can't really beat that.
Coming in with an 86.
wow.
Depending on what Ryan holds the keys here, we might see an upseat and a change in the medium rankings here today.
Well, good news is I'm not going to completely shit on this place. The crispiness, what killed them is the that they told us these were going to be extra crispy. If they were just to say, these were regular, then it might be a point or two more, maybe half a point. Anyway, they're so crispy nonetheless. The first one, much like Kyle, was not too crispy, but the second one I had actually had a nice crunch to it. I'm going to go in 8.5 for the crispiness. If the first one is crispy, that's almost pushing a 9.
Yeah.
The amount of meat, a little bit of a hit. Then I'm going to go 7.5. First one was overly, I wouldn't say overly big, but above average. Second one could have been bigger. But 7.5 for the, I'm going to go flavor next.
Okay.
For the flavor, like my co-host here said, it's not just Frank's. We've done quite a few of these. 86.
This is the 85th separate restaurant on this show. A couple different gimmicky shows, double episodes, but
Right.
85 separate wing places.
Establishments, yeah. We know when it's just straight up Frank's. It may have been Frank's, but they definitely put their own spin on it.
Correct.
Nonetheless, very good. I'm going to go a 9 for the
Okay.
flavor. And what am I missing here?
Amount of sauce and
Amount of
price.
sauce. The amount of sauce, like Kyle said, it was on the wing very nicely. It wasn't, definitely was not a dry rub. Wasn't as thick as a paste. It was around the wing, pretty damn good in my opinion.
Soaked in there nice.
It's soaked in there nice. With a medium wing, you tip 9 times out of 10 have to wipe off your hands or, like a fool, lick your fingers, which is understandable, but it's delicious. I'll go with 8.
And
The
price.
amount of sauce. 9.5.
You're going to come in with the lowest score, but not by much. It's an 85.
85. That's
Nice.
That, I think, is more than enough to actually not only put it in the top 15, but possibly like a top 5 medium.
hole in the wall, man. These hole in the wall places will just fuck your up.
I'm impressed. I really am.
And is that we all are hungry, but I don't think that played a factor. Those are good wings.
And that's the one thing I really wanted to, after you put it into a little more context, I think I noticed this. We talked about the sauce having something to do with the flavor on this. I think the fact that it wasn't like a goopy sauce, but it wasn't a super watery sauce, I think it almost like sponge affected into the wing, and that's what really played onto the flavor so well, is you had the flavor throughout. It wasn't just, I ate the skin, and it was plain meat.
Look at the bottom here. Yes, there's some sauce there, but it's not...
It's
not soup.
Sure.
You know?
But it's funny, you also mentioned something, you mentioned about a paste. And usually we get paste, we get a suicide. I'd almost be damn willing to say that's a paste. Our next wing here, that almost looks paste-like.
Well, it's because that's garlic and some other.
I don't know if that's garlic, I think that's cheese.
It looks like cheese.
I'm very intrigued.
In the words of Ryan Pisner, he's all horned up. I guess we're going with this. Guys, go to town. I'm going dry.
I'm going dry for sure.
Oh my god. I think someone's finally done it.
I need to try another one. So this, they call it Italian garlic. Garlic. Are they using Italian dressing?
Yeah.
Yep. I would assume that sound means Ryan is very pleased. I'm stunned. I am.
That was good.
They say in life to not judge a book by the cover. I think this is the most accurate fucking statement of that ever. Ryan, you want to give it the run?
Yeah, absolutely. This one was crispier. I'm gonna go. What did I go for the last one? I feel like 8.5, maybe.
I think.
8.5.
Yes, because I gave it an 8, and you started by absolutely opening up on them about crisp, and then gave them a higher crisp, and I was like, oh.
I know. I could, and that first one I had. Actually, I only had one, but nonetheless, I could hear the crunch. It's always a plus. 9 for the crispiness, for the size of the wing or how it was cooked. Now this was interesting. Wasn't the biggest wing, wasn't the smallest wing, but I really liked the way that the wing was cooked. It was in there, it was in the wings nicely, for lack of a better term. I'll go with 8. Now for the sauce, I feel like this was, now this is Italian. I almost feel like they used a brush to, as opposed to shaking and basted it, then threw the garlic, cheese, and that green stuff. Not really sure what the green stuff is. But either way, it could be chives. No, not chives, but it's either way, it's really, could be. Could be.
No, he's an actor. Or a singer.
But it's that was good. That was either way, it wasn't too many. Like, it wasn't a chunk of garlic. You know, I remember when we had those of the abomination, as Jolie called them. What were they? The garlic.
Cuties.
The garlic Cajun.
Yeah.
What?
It was a garlic Cajun.
Oh, and don't get excited, man.
Horrible.
No, I meant like, that doesn't sound...
It sounded good, but then we got it, and they cloved up on a bunch of garlic.
on the Cajun wings, dude.
You might as well have taken a super soaker and just put them in a water gun and just hose down these wings with garlic. It was mountains of garlic. Joey ate a full palm full of garlic.
It was crazy. But with those, it was clumps. This was really evenly proportionate throughout the wing. I had a drum, and it It was evenly proportionate.
Each wing looks like it's got enough.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I really think that they basted it. I really don't think that. I mean, they may have shaken them, but I feel like if they did shake it, it wasn't too much sauce. Because sometimes if it's too much sauce when you're shaking them, you get it like real drippy, and then from there, it doesn't. The other ingredients that you're using don't stick to them as well.
Yeah.
Now that's what I've seen through my years of experience here. Either way, sauce 8.5. Flavor. The Italian dressing is what really helped this on it. I at first didn't really get too much garlic, but then later on in the wing I
Push through.
Push through. The cheese on there is a great touch because who doesn't? If you don't like cheese,
Go fuck yourself.
I don't know what to tell you. This reminded me of, I believe it was, I think we had a Chevettas. Or maybe it was Chevettas, or we had something that tasted very similar to that. I think it was Brandon when Brandon was on.
Yeah, which of those? It was Sports City.
I think so. It may not have had the cheese, but it reminded me of that type of dressing.
Yes.
Either way, the flavor is delicious. I'm actually going to go 9 for the flavor, and I would pay for those over and over again at 10. That was a really good wing.
Goes from the lowest the last time to the highest score we've had so far with an 89.
I'm impressed.
I'm gonna cut you off. I want to go here because I've got some stuff I do want to say. Whoever the hell, and I agree with you on now saying the basing. Whoever the hell did this did a phenomenal job. I've seen so many of these butter garlic Italian wings where you get this box and it is just fucking
You
soggy.
can tell. You can just.
It is
see
soggy.
Yep.
It's messy. You're like, oh, there goes my movie theater popcorn too. It's held in with such a good amount on the bottom, but all the flavor absorbed into these wings. Crisp, I'm gonna go with a 9 on that. That is a crispy son of a bitch. This is my one downfall. I'm gonna go 7.5 on size. Both of my wings were like I was digging them out to try to get any amount of meat off them. There wasn't a lot. I get it. They're not like super saucy. They didn't expand. Mm-hmm. They kind of shrink up, but like not the biggest wing I've had. Amount of sauce, I'm gonna go 8. I would have liked a little bit more. Not that they're bad. Kicker. Anybody here who watches this enough or listens to it, all you 17,000, get our numbers back up. Guys, we don't like garlic parm. I fuck with this wing. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. It's a really good garlic parm. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 on price again, just because I'm a little reserved still. I don't necessarily want to buy garlic parms, but if you put a gun in my head and said pick one and buy it, I'm going.
Sure.
That's an 87.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
So I don't hate these wings, but for me, it's a little too much. So what I'm gonna say here is, I enjoy the flavor, but I can't eat a bunch of these. For me,
The Zach method.
yeah, for me it's just a little. It's a little too salty, I guess I should say. It has a lot of salt in it. That's probably the garlic. I do like the flavor to it, but I can only have maybe 5 of these wings before I'm like, all right, that's enough.
You're not buying a full 10 or 20.
Right.
You're splitting
I'm
a
gonna
10.
I'm pick at them.
That.
Like, there's enough here to split with somebody. I do enjoy the wing, but it's too much for me to actually want to buy these by myself. So that being said, I'm gonna go with, these were crispy, so I'm going 8.5 on the crisp. Meat, I'm gonna go with a 7.5. They were smaller than the other ones. I think Kyle hit it on the nose here. They probably shrank a little bit just because of the way that they're prepared. Sauce, I'll go with an 8.5. I think with the garlic in there and the cheese that's on there, it's a nice touch with the Italian sauce or the Italian dressing. It's very good. Flavor, I'm going to go with a 7.5 just because it's a little too much for me. I do think somebody who really likes garlic, somebody who really likes cheese is going to love this wing. Just for me, it's just too much.
I think if you were to tell us when we get this a lot with guests on the show, hey, I really like garlic parm.
Yeah, this is something.
This is the place to go.
It's just not for me.
Because that Italian dressing isn't overpowering. Sometimes, like I know, I'm going to repeat myself here, but with the Chevettas, you can really taste the Chevettas.
You know when you have Chevettas that it's Chevettas.
It was like a little bit it was like a hint here and a hint there of like the garlic and the parm. With this, it's like a nice, it's perfect like around the wing. It's not overpowering.
Yeah, you're like with this wing, you're getting all 3 flavors. It's just a little too much salt for me, and that's why I'm not too fond of it. I don't hate it. I would get these, or I would eat these if someone bought them and split them.
But are you paying for them?
No, personally not. I'm going to go with an 8 on the price, just because I'm not going to hate on the price because it's a good price, but I'm going to knock it down from a 10 just because I'm not going to pay for these.
And it's going to be an 80 for Gary. I really do like that we've evolved so much as a show to be able to kind of...
I'm not trying to shit on these because
No, I got you.
I'm fully on board with you because I really like the way you explained that. It's,
Yeah, it was well put.
and I think it's a nice thing
it
about
still
us.
gets a good score because overall it's a decent wing. It's just not a wing for me.
Yeah, I think that's a nice thing though. Like overall, with how we've done this lately, we've had guests where we've taken a little adaptation of everybody. Like I really like the Zach method of that last week. Like, would I buy 10 of these? Probably not. That's where the scores go down. Would I buy this in 10? Yes. Would I buy in 20? Yes. Yeah, I'm paying all my money for this. Mm-hmm. I really like the way you face that. Like, I'm not gonna pay for a 10 of these, but I'd split the cost of this. Like, that's an 8. I don't need it, but like, that's a really good way of looking at it. Like, oh, hey, not only does it come in handy for this, think about like if we use that method going forward, peanut butter and jelly wings. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know, man, out there live, unless you're like the peanut butter and jelly monster who's gonna have to polish 10 peanut butter and jelly wings. Like
5 of them, maybe, but 10.
That's what I'm saying. I happily split a peanut butter and jelly like single count wing with people. I don't think I ever need to polish like, ooh, me want peanuts. Matt DePalma would have a coronary. All right. Well, we're down through 2. We've done really good timing-wise, guys. Hopefully that'll drag you guys back. We're not going to keep...
Come on back,
AKA
guys.
that.
We miss you,
I'm
3,000
not going to
people.
keep talking. Although our YouTube numbers have been really good lately.
Hell yeah.
They're starting to climb again. We got almost 60 subscribers.
Hell yeah.
So if you're not just listening and you're watching this, click that bell, click that subscribe button, and give us some love. But now, guys, I don't think I can say it here. It's not time to die. It's time for some fun.
Yeah.
Guys, go in.
This is going to be fun, guys. I'm not thrilled. I'm not.
This is a big one.
This one's got seeds all over it, and it's got my name on it.
Cleared my sinuses.
I'm going in.
I can't stop thinking about a peanut butter and jelly cookie monster.
Ooh. I like that. That's good. I don't know if I'd put it to suicide proportions, but that's mingling between extra hot and suicide. I got a little punch on the tongue there. My tongue is like numb.
Got a little tongue punch?
It's a little Chris Rock action.
It'll creep up and slap you right in the face.
Got a little tongue punch?
Oh, the fart box, yeah. I'll take the lead on this. I'm very impressed for the fact that this was a little corner, hole in the wall. All 3 of these are passable grades, if not better. Crisp obviously takes a hit. That's a 7. That's the least crispy of all of the ones here. Amount of meat, I'm going to go back up to an 8.5. Like, that's a decent-sized wing. Amount of sauce, I'm going to go with a 9. That's a lot of sauce. That's the avenue of what I want.
I want to have more of those.
Flavor, I'm going to go 8.5, just because for a suicide label, I want that to be a little bit hotter. But in my own personal terms, it's a really tasty wing. And I'm a 10 again for price. I don't think I'd ever find like an extra hot or suicide that I'm like, I need to go get that again. Mm-hmm. For the price of what that is, coupled with the taste, yes, all day. I'm going to come with an 86 on that. I'm pleasantly surprised. Thank you, and rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
Yeah. So, I agree a lot with Kyle. I wouldn't call it a suicide. It's a hot wing. It's a standard hot. But, it's very tasty. Crisp. It's a 7 on the crisp, not too crispy, similar to the medium wing, but this one sat the longest, so I'm going to keep that in mind. Fresh out, I'm sure it's a much crispier wing. Meat, I'll go with an 8.5. It was a decently sized wing. I think it's one of the bigger ones I've had so far, along with the mediums. I'm going to go with an 8.5 on the sauce. I think it's even better at blending in with the sauce than the medium wing. I think it soaked in there really well. It got all the juices in there. Flavor, I'm going to go with a 9. I really enjoy the... it's a little bit more kick than the medium, and that's what I like about it. And then a 10 on the price. That's a very solid suicide wing. It's a hot wing. It's a regular hot wing, but for what it is, I like
See,
it.
I'd say it's above a regular hot. It's at least an extra hot. It might be a little bit more than extra hot. It carries. My lips are still tingling. It's not like it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But it's there. It's might be the weak end of it,
Right.
but it's there. 86 for Gary as well. Captain Cage, what are you thinking?
Nah, I wasn't too. I don't agree with you people. You
people.
And you know what? You should add that to your drinking game, there, Joe.
Yeah,
That's
what
what
the
I-
fuck,
you know?
Joe? Come on.
OG Joe Lee.
Joe.
The
Joe
crispiness is going to take quite the hit. That was the least crispy. I mean, sure, they've been chilling a while, but the one that I had was extremely not uncrispy. How many was? Unfortunately, a 6.5 for the crisp. The amount of meat was fine. I haven't really had a problem with that across these three flavors.
These three.
These three. You people.
3 minutes. I got you.
I'll go 8.5 for the amount of meat. The amount of sauce, I really haven't had a problem with that either. I mean,
No.
Overall, it's been very consistent. I will say that. Sometimes you get one real good consistency overall on the wing, but these have been consistent throughout, especially this one.
And as advertised.
Yeah.
The only thing I noticed off of all of the pictures I've seen online of these, Yelp, TravelAdvisor, where the fuck did that come from?
It was on the ground.
Every single wing that they showed was loaded with sauce. And
Oh, yeah.
it stays true to this. Like,
Sure.
they have no sauce shortage.
It wasn't real pasty. It was more than the medium. I say it was a bit thicker than the medium sauce. That's just probably due to what they added after, with their spices and seeds and stuff like that. That's bound to happen. One thing I do like as well is the tinfoil. Sometimes you see wax paper or some type of other paper, and it just kind of
Disintegrates.
cakes on there. But this is nice. It leaves enough for the pool of sauce. And plus they're not breaking the law with these takeout containers. Congratulations.
And something that a former person who used to be on the show used to have a conniption about. If you've got these containers, you want to make sure that they're ventilated. And this place well ventilated. Every one of these. Vented?
Ventilated?
Ventilated. I said ventilated. It didn't sound right.
Violated.
Yeah, they well violated each one of my wings.
Anyway, amount of sauce, I'm going 9.
In the words of Bryce Benjamin,
Sauce me
coming
down.
from Niagara Falls, sauce me down!
Now for the flavor, I'm not really classifying this as a suicide. Or even above a hot. This didn't, I just wasn't there for me. First I'm going to go 7 for the flavor. And when I pay for these again, off menu, I'm expecting to get killed a little bit. I probably wouldn't, but I mean still, in this wing economy, I'm still going to go an 8.
And you're still. I think you came in with the lowest grade of the episode, and it's still not bad. 78.
For a place that I didn't really hear of,
They're gonna make a run to the top 10.
yeah.
I'm confident in saying that.
I feel like the medium and that second one. I mean, for Gary even not to be the biggest fan of it, but still give it an 80. That's saying something. It's more the flavor that was really on there.
Yeah.
Overall, I'm impressed.
Incredibly. Literally, if anybody's in the Niagara Falls area, you're listening to this, you're watching, you want something that's
Weird
gonna
parking
be
lot though.
different.
Weird parking lot.
Yeah. DoorDash them if they do that. I don't know if they DoorDash them.
Do takeout. It's very stuffy in there. There's not a lot of room.
But no, I'm incredibly impressed by this. Wings were solid. Prices phenomenal.
The staff was very nice though.
Staff was super nice. That was the whole thing. We don't always give
Hospitality.
a great tip, and I made sure we gave at least a couple bucks extra. Yeah, she helped us with price. She helped us with recommendations.
Helped us yesterday too.
I am
The place did it.
super impressed by this. But Ryan, what do you say we start taking this home?
Yeah, sure. Now going to change up the shout-outs.
There we go.
Shout out to Joe Santagato, Frank Alvarez, 80. He's not on Twitch anymore, but just Frank Alvarez. I'm sure I've said it in the past. Yeah, that's all I got actually.
Really?
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Joe Santagato on the Basement Yard, F. Frank Alvarez, and myself, of course. Piz243
On all social
media platforms, baby. Me and Kyle have been doing pretty good with the gambling. Hit a nice parlay a couple weekends ago.
Ryan is.
I mean, I'm doing okay.
I came off that heater. I've been a little quiet lately.
You know, $5-10 here and there. You know, it'll pay out.
I got absolutely butt fucked Sunday during the NASCAR race.
I saw
never
that
been more mad.
the Facebook rant. I did see that. It was quite frustrated.
Oh, dude, I had him beat. There were 3 restarts in 5 laps. My driver, and I still think dude's cheating. Chase Briscoe, is that who won it?
No, Ross Chastain.
Okay, Ross Chastain has been a top 3 driver in the last 4 races. You're cheating, dog. Something's up. Chastain kept winning off these restarts. Finally, my driver, AJ Allmendinger, who's a good road course driver, gets around him with a 1/5 of the track left. Chastain fucking pie-eyes him and sends him into the fucking buckwheats. And I sent him to win the race. Like a scumbag. Fuck you, Ross Chastain. This is war. I don't care how many people show it to him. I will, to his face,
mess.
fuck you, Ross Chastain. That would have been a nice payout, too. Allmendinger was plus 3,100.
Wow.
And I had that fucking calculated and gambled.
Oh, shit. I'm almost at 10 months without a cigarette.
And we're all chain smoking a pack at your party.
Yeah, the party that I'm gonna throw when I hit a year. Upsets and underdogs: Will Blackman, and Nick Deus. But yeah, that's what I got.
Gary?
Fantasy Beast and where to find them. Those guys are doing some draft talk on
Damn right.
the draft day. I think the first. Are they doing 3 days or just the first?
We're doing 3. We're doing 2. And I'll do the 3rd for draft recap. Ryan, if you want to jump on Saturday for part of the day, you're more than welcome. I'll be manning the booth by myself that day.
But give those guys a watch and listen. They're good with their football stuff.
It's us. We're them.
Yeah, that's all.
We them boys.
Right now.
Shout out to Hall 2 Gozer. Maybe that show will come back at some point in time.
At some point.
We tried to reschedule that, and every time we talk about it, somebody can't get time
Somebody's
off.
got to go to breakfast.
Well, I don't think it's breakfast that's the issue.
Someone's
Someone's stuck chained to a radiator.
We were having breakfast here, and you already went out and had breakfast.
Yeah.
I fucking believe I was all pumped up to have breakfast with some people, and you left.
Shout out to Total Takeover. That's right, it's coming to the network soon.
Oh, what a fucking name! I love it.
I got sicker than fuck after eating those tacos, that's for sure. Should add that as a precursor.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were supposed to record last week for Talking Trash, the drinking and debating podcast. And I had some tacos at a place to be discussed on the air, and I immediately felt sick as fuck.
Oh no.
And my night was over. I was in bed by 9:45 that night.
Brutal dog. As soon as you feel that, dude, you know it's a wrap.
It wasn't great. Shout out to
Oh, Canada.
our dude Damien at the Platter Box in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. If you are in need of a charcuterie board in the Great White North, that's right, the lower southern Ontario region, hit him up at theplatter.box on Instagram. Shout out to our friend Jeanette at the Therapy Sessions Buffalo. You know, I saw her recently. She still won't return my phone calls.
Unbelievable.
Maybe she'll cut my hair soon because this shit's getting wonky. I just poked myself in the eye. Shout out to our dude Charlie at Renegade Studios. Gary already hit on it. The draft is coming up.
Bumped.
When you watch us,
That was impressive. What a noise.
when you watch us
scared me.
on the draft, you'll see this beautiful overlay. That's our dude Charlie. So hit him up if you need anything like that, graphic design wise. He's got you. And shout out to our motherfucking man, the king, the god of this shit. No, I'm not talking about Nick Gage. Fuck Nick Gage. I don't actually mean that because he will come and kick my ass. Our dude Kyle
Yo, the
with
fucking man,
chicken
baby.
dipping. Because bigger fucking news.
Oh.
I don't think I want to share that big news.
No,
Just be prepared for what's happening in
There's going to
August.
be a countdown?
There's going to be a countdown.
Fucking off.
We're taking over.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Drew Scherza. What's up, dude? Get on board with us. But
Shout out to JT. Also.
Shout out JT Smith.
Yeah, kills it.
At JAYTEE Tailgate, JT Tailgate. He's on Facebook. He's always killing it on there.
Grinding.
Shout out to Nick Skayuna.
Yeah.
At Nick Skayuna, NICKSKAYUNA on the Twitch as well. He's been grinding and killing it. Shout out Daddy Sweetfeet if that's a real thing.
What's he play?
He was fucking killing COD the other night. He was playing some GTA 5 actually right as we went on air. This he's been killing it.
Something.
JRH _6428. Bam. Got it.
Look at that.
Bam.
Look at that.
Got
Damn
it.
it up, baby. Look at this team. Killed the game.
But shout out that and shout out www.tikitridetv.pro.squarespace.com. Still haven't gotten that shorter.
We're getting there. You know, time's ticking away.
But until next time! He's already ready.
I know.
Guys, you keep on spreading those wings, spreading those legs.
Cue the music.